Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. If you're new around here, welcome. We built a free gaming collection. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Hope you've been all right. Hope your week's been okay. So this week, I'm looking forward to this week. It's a little bit different this week. I had nothing but games the last 2 weeks. Got just a good amount of hardware. There's got some games as well, but a lot of hardware. I've got 6 consoles to show you. The reason I'm looking forward to it is because it's a bit different from any of the other episodes, I feel, because when I started doing this, I wanted to make sure that I've shown all the good and the bad when you're sort of trying to build a free collection, going to the car booths and the charity shops. I didn't just want to show you great things, so it gives the impression that there's nothing but wins. This week, I think, at the car boot, we've got a good selection of stuff. I don't really know whether I've done well or not yet, because everything I've sort of picked up is all a bit... It's a bit here or there. So hopefully you'll see what I mean as I go through it all. So let's crack on. But yeah, it's been a weird week. So we'll start with some games. We'll start with some games like we always do. We'll start with cash converters, because I always do. Fallout 76 story. I mentioned my ACL broke a couple of years ago. I got out of hospital from the surgery the day this came out. My lovely wife bought me this to play for when I came out, because I was off work for like 4-6 weeks or something. I wasn't in the end, but I could have been. Fallout 76, we all know what happened. It didn't work. It was awful. We returned it the next day, got money back, did something else, can't remember what we did. But yeah, so I love Fallout. It's one of my favourite series, like I've said. So yeah, I've got it back just because I want a physical copy of it. I have played it since. They have fixed most of it, but just a physical copy of that for 99 pence, because I know. And then NBA 2K15. I appreciate not many people. It's a sports title. Probably not too many people interested in that, but I like the NBA games. And I wanted this one because I ain't played it. I like to get the achievements on them. It's a fun game. So yeah, I got that. So 99p as well. Had no sticker on it because he was putting it out as I got there. So I just took it off him. He said 99p. So 99p each for those. And then the others were 3 charity shop finds this week. I didn't do well in charity shops this week. I sort of lost my head a bit, and I just bought random stuff. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and Assassin's Creed 2. I bought them for £1.50p each, which ain't bad. It's all right, but I'm not going to get my money back off them. I'm not quite sure why I did it. You know, just in the moment, I just did it. I don't know why. Sometimes you just, no rule or reason, is they just did it. So yeah, I bought them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Kind of the same again. 50p again for these different charity shop, 50p each. 2K14 WWE. And WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2011. I could get my £1 back for that, actually get about 70p for that or something, and about 50 for that. But yeah, again, I'm not sure what. I think I bought them just because they were there. So you just do it, don't you? This one, oh sorry, they were charity shops. This wasn't. This was from the car boot. This was £1. I bought it because it's sealed. Again, you get like a penny for it, but I wish it wasn't essentials. I really do. I don't like the red. But Heavy Rain sealed. Why not? I'm not going to walk away from a sealed game for £1. I'm not just going to leave it on the floor. So yeah, I don't know why, but I picked them up. So they're pretty much the only loose games that I got. Nothing else. So they're there. So right, let's move on to the hardware. Right, where shall I start with this? I know I'm going to start down here. So this was I was only at the car boot for about 10 minutes when I found this. Oh, sorry, I don't have much footage because I had to change the battery around in my camera. I've mentioned before I need to do a swap halfway through. I didn't do it right, and most of this stuff, I found pretty much all the rest of it I found on the second half of the car boot, so I haven't got any footage, so I do apologise. So this box, £5. Paid a £5 for it. So it's got this in it. So I asked the lady if she had any game stuff. She said, I've got a PS1 game. If you want that, I'll get it out of the car. I was like, oh, lovely. But then she didn't pull out a PS1 game. She pulled out this whole box full of stuff. So I was like, okay, that's a bit more than a PS1 game. It's so much more than a PS1 game. It's got a Sony DVD player in there. And I've got some post-it notes. This works, by the way, so that's about no remote. Some post-it notes. Some stuff for your curtain. Put your curtain up, why not? And yeah, a hairbrush, complete with the DNA. So yeah, that was an extra little bonus. But I've got loads of games in here. So quickly, what else is in here of note? There's a Kinect in here. Get a couple quid back from the Kinect. There is the internet adapter. That's not bad. Get £1 or so for that. It's got a HDMI cable and all the rest of it, and it's got its charger. It's got a good amount of games in here. It's quite good, this stack, because this has got, whoever owned this liked Kinect, and they've got a few games that I need, but those ones you're never going to go buy because, well, they're not great, but you still need them in your collection, such as UFC Trainer, Dance Central, Lips. Here's the game she was mentioning, Tomb Raider 3. Doesn't have a manual, but the disc's in good condition. Fighter Uncaged, Rock Band, Guitar Hero 2. That's a decent one. Sports Connect Season 2, Biggest Loser, Zumba, Rock Band 2 sealed, that's nice. Well, not sealed, got the game thing on it. Lips 80s 90s Classic Party. Battlefield, the Michael Jackson Experience, fantastic. The Guitar Hero, but it isn't in there, unfortunately. Got a random Paw Patrol DVD. Lips, I Love the 80s. And Guitar Hero Rocks of Legends of Rock. So a good amount of games there. I paid a £5 for all of it. So a lot of that £5, well, it is going to come back with the Kinect and the games. But then obviously what she pulled out was this beauty. So it didn't have a controller, unfortunately. I just took the box. I thought it'd be at the bottom, but it weren't, so that was unfortunate. This is in lovely condition. The lady I bought it off, she had a lot of house stuff. I thought this was a guaranteed win. It does work, it works fine, but the disc tray keeps getting stuck. It works fine for 5 minutes, then doesn't work at all for 5 minutes, works fine for 5 minutes, then doesn't again. I need to have a good look at it, but it's a 120 gig version, and it's in decent nick. It's in decent nick. But this is one of those where you pay a £5, so you ain't gonna lose. But you think you're going to win more than you are. I need to take a look at this, so I don't know if I do have a working. I can't take it to CEX because it'll fail the test, because, well, no, my luck it will, but even, you know, it won't work when I take it in. But you don't want to be trading that stuff in for somebody else to get it home and have that problem. That's not fair once they're paid, because I think they charge like 65, 70 quid for it or something. So yeah, I don't know if I do have 120 gig Xbox 360 until I sit down and give it a good clean. So yeah, that was a bit. £5, get my money back. Happy days, definitely. But do I have an Xbox 360 120 gig in black? Don't know. So this one's slightly different. I bought this one stupidly, knowing it weren't going to work. I paid £2 for this. If you pay £2 and you wanted £2 for it, you should know it don't work. But for some reason, I thought I knew better, and I thought I'll give it a go. It don't work. It's got the red ring of death. Just wasted £2. I don't know why. I thought I knew better when I've learned this lesson hundreds of times, but I continue to need to relearn it. There's no hard drive, there's no cables. It was just this. Yeah. So spares and repairs. £2 wasted because I just forgot all the lessons I've learned over the years. Should have just left it, but I saw a £2 360 and couldn't leave it. So foolish me. Next one is a bit of the same thing. So I've bought this. This was sitting there. It's got a dent in the top. It's got no cables or anything with it again. I asked the guy how much he wanted. He wanted a £5. I looked it over. It's been battered on top. The case is broken. It's grubby. The bottom's all right. I paid £4 for it. You know my luck with the OG Xbox I mentioned before. Lo and behold, it doesn't work. This one has the same problem with, I think it was this year. I've had it, I have it all the time. I suppose it's the green and the red flashing. I'm not sure what it is. I've hooked it up with cables and things. Yeah, just nothing. It starts to load, actually. It does give you the Xbox logo, but then it just freezes. So it works for literally 5 seconds and then freezes every single time. But I paid £4 for it. Again, looking at it, I knew it didn't work. I buy these when they look nice and I don't have good luck. So why I thought £4 on that was a good idea, who knows? So I got £4 on that, £2 on that 360. I think I'm going to put it on their Facebook for spares and repairs for a £5. Just try claw that back a little bit. See if I can lose £1. Hopefully someone I hope can fix it. Otherwise, it's not even good for the case. So yeah, so that's just silly mistakes. Silly mistakes I've learned many times. Next bit though gets a little bit better. So I've mentioned before that there's someone I've been going to for years. He's always got game stuff. I bought a Wii off him for £3, I think it was, towards the start of doing this. But I've been buying off him for years, buy all sorts of stuff off him. We don't discuss price. I just pile up in the corner what I want, and then we discuss price afterwards. And it's usually just a shot in the dark. So much a shot in the dark. I picked up all this. I goes, how much? He originally wanted 5, 10 for that, and then £2 for each game. He said for you 15, I said 10, he took 10, so he's great. But one thing I wanted to show you really quickly, he had a couple bags of game. I saw that and thought, oh, Left 4 Dead 2, I'll pick that up off him. Opened it up, it was empty. But this was the guy we bought the disc off before. Remember I bought that off him? That was just loose lying around. The case was lying around this time, so I thought, I'm sitting there laughing to myself. He goes, what are you laughing at? I goes, you got an empty case. He's like, He's just looking at me. That's when he goes, I bought the disc off you a while ago. And he just looks at me and goes, well, you're not having the case for free. Just being funny, but he pretty much did give me the case for free in the end. So, I mean, what's the chances of that? It's got to be that case, isn't it? It's got to be the one it went to. Why would you have a spare empty case there? So yeah, that's been reunited. So happy days, happy with that. I felt like I'd achieved something by returning those. So yeah, fantastic. Got a couple of the games off him. Mario at the Winter Olympics, Burnout Paradise, Wii Sports. So keep in mind I paid a tenner for all of this, so I think I'm going to get 3-4 quid for that, a couple quid for that, so some of these games are going to get me my money back. An NBA 2K11, nothing special, but I need that for my Xbox 360 collection. So they're the games I got off him. Hardware. You ever seen one of these? Because I don't see them very often. I think I've seen one at a car boot before and it was battered. This one's in good condition. It's the HD DVD Xbox 360 connector. So this is when, okay, am I saying that right? Yeah, HD DVD. It's what competed against Blu-ray back in the day. This lost, but you don't see them very often. He assured me this works. To be honest, his stuff 8 times out of 10 works. I know where I stand with him. Usually the condition indicates the usage of it, and he tells me a lot of the time when he tells me don't buy these, it's broken and blah blah blah. But he assured me this works, but he couldn't find the charger, and I don't have a charger, so I haven't been able to test this because it needs a power there and it needs a power there into the Xbox. But I will try it when I find an adapter that works, and I'll let you know. But I'll be keeping that because I don't have one. Do I need it? Probably not. Do I have anything to play on it? No, but I like Xbox 360 and I want one. Talking about the 360, I got this off him. So when I bought this, I goes, does it work? He goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I've just got no cables for it. So I goes, don't worry, I've got spare cables for that. I've took it home. It does work. It does work, luckily. However, the light doesn't work on the front. You turn it on, there's no green, no red, no nothing, but it works absolutely fine. Also, the sync doesn't seem to work with syncing up a wireless controller. Put a wired one in, it works perfectly. So does this one work? Yes, it does under certain circumstances. I don't care about the light, but it might, CEX will. And I use wired controllers anyway, so this doesn't impact me at all. But CEX will. So I do have one, but I can't really sell it. So that's a bit of an odd one, this. I might have to put this on Facebook, bit of a discount, and just put a good description of you're going to need a wired pad and ignore the light. But I played it for about 10 minutes. It works absolutely fine. Works absolutely fine. So yeah, it does work. But yeah, can't do much with that at this moment in time, and it's got no pad with it either. I don't have spare pads, which is a problem with a lot of this week. I don't really have the full thing to move it all on, so we'll have to see. But then I didn't I don't learn. I bought this off him. Now I sold him, yeah, these just don't work. He said to me he knows there's something wrong with it, but he don't think it's anything major. Fair enough. Something wrong with it. I bought it because I thought something wrong with it. I might be able to put it together with that crystal one and do something with it. And it was all a tenner anyway. This does work. It does work, which is more than what I get for the lot. However, the disc tray keeps getting stuck. The disc tray is proper stuck, and it stops halfway out and then comes back in. So I need to take this apart and see if I can fix the disc tray. If I can fix the disc tray, this will be a working Xbox, and I do have spare cables for it, so that'll be a win. But I'm not going to get a win without a bit of cleaning, a bit of extra care, attention to it to get something out of it, and even then it might not work. So yeah, there could be a win here, or I could just go waste an hour of my life cleaning an Xbox that doesn't work. Who knows? I will find out, because I will have a go. So yeah, £10 for that. I've got something that does work, sort of, something that might work, maybe, something that could work, I can't really try it, and some games. So yeah. But then a good bit, last thing, the last console. This is the other side. This is a complete win. There's a power charger, HDMI down there. I got this for £8. £8 included a controller. This one came with a controller. Also came with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. That's £2. That's £1. So essentially, I'll get that back because they're in good condition. £5. I paid a £5 for this. It's got 250 GB memory in there. It's in absolutely fantastic condition. I can definitely get some money back for this. But yeah, I'm really bad with these because I just want to keep it. This is the 360S console. It's just in fantastic condition. It's absolutely brilliant. And for essentially what is going to be a £5 I've got in this once I take the games off, this is a win. So this is this is fantastic. We're really happy with this. Really happy with this. So yeah, after getting home, testing all the bits, not knowing sure to turn this on and just have this running, absolutely fantastic, purring like a kitten. This is the other side of it. This is why you do get up at 5:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to get to these things, because these are out there as well as dug in with all these. So I am going to do that thing where I go to CEX and get rid of the games, but I also need to sit down and try to figure out what on earth it is I have here. So yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Right, so I've been to CEX, a couple of days have gone by, I've had a chance to tinker around and figure out what it is I've got, and I've made some movement with it. So let's start by taking away what we spent. We spent £35, so take £35 away, not too much at all. Let's start with the stuff CEX didn't take. They didn't take the Lord of the Rings because it's ESRB. I should have noticed that. It does works fine, but they can't give it to CEX. We'll do something down with that. And they would have took this, but they were only going to give me 10p. I'm not quite sure what happened there, because online it says 130, which still isn't much, I know. But yeah, he said he can only give you 10p. So I thought, well, you're not having that for 10p. So that they've just come back with us because of that. So let's go through the receipt as always. So Tomb Raider 3 on PS1, £2. Guitar Hero 2 was £2 as well. Lips 80s was 60 pence. Guitar Hero 3 was 90p. Connect Sports Season 2 was 50p. Wii Sports was £3. Lego Hobbit was £1. Left 4 Dead 2 was £5. So it was great that we found that missing case. That was brilliant. Mario and Sonic Olympic Games £2. WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2011 60p. WWE 2K14 was 70p, and Burnout Paradise was 50p. So we got £18.80 cash back at CEX. So let's stick that up there now. Let's take a look and see what else we've kept then from the games this time before I move on to the console. The Heavy Rain, Need for Speed, Assassin's Creed 2, Michael Jackson Experience, and Battlefield. These were all the ones that they give you barely anything for, a penny or so. So we've just kept those. PS3 will probably go with that, with the little PS3 pile we've got, and the 360 will do something later. Let's take a look at the games we've got as well, the games we're keeping. Fallout 76, so I'm glad to finally have that physical. NBA 2K15, looking forward to playing that. And then this less than stellar stack of games. The Biggest Loser, Fighters Uncaged, Dance Central, UFC Trainer, Zumba, Rock Band 2, NBA 2K11, Lips, and Party Classics Lips. Keeping all of those. I don't have them in the collection. It's not the greatest pile, I appreciate, but it's quite decent because these are games that I'm not going to go out and buy myself. I mean, if you saw that pile sitting in a car boot, you're not exactly going to look through and pay much for them, are you? But I've got them, which is great, because I want to aim to a full 360 collection maybe one day. So the fact that they're being added now is not bad at all. So yeah, nice little stack of games there. Nice little stack. So with the consoles, right, so that Xbox 360 with the Red Ring of Death, it was useless, completely useless. The Xbox OG that we picked up, the battered one for £4, it came up with a Service 12 error. Looking into that online, there's just so many things it could be, and the case was battered, it was useless. So I put both of those online spares and repairs for £5 for the two, just to try claw a little bit back. The other Xbox OG worked absolutely fine, but the disc tray just had a mind of its own. I took it apart, gave it a clean, and it did work. It's just the disc tray decided to open on its own. Sometimes it didn't open at all. You had to use the little pin to open it, but it did work. I played it for a good 15 minutes, decided, yeah, this works fantastic. And then when I tried to take the disc out, it wouldn't open again, and I thought, well, I can't trade this into CEX. Got no pad, no cables, whoever I sell it to, I've got to explain the fault. So I thought, oh, by the way, I did try and swap it around with the Xbox Crystal to see if I could change the insides to fix that. Apparently they have ever so slightly different components, I found out, so that didn't work because the two components didn't match up, which is a shame. But I put that online for £5 as well. Guy messaged me for the one that had the disc tray fault and said, I'll give you a £5 for it. He also said, I noticed you've got another one, what's the crap with that? So I just explained that. He said he'll take both because he can fix them and do them up. So we got £10 for that. So those three consoles were a tenner. So we clawed a bit back, nothing we could do with them. So let's stick £10 up there. But not only that, he literally said the bricked Xbox with the red light is useless. It's completely useless, even to him. He didn't want it. He just gave it me back and said, just took the 2 Xbox OG. So that's useless. That can go. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll shoot it to the moon or something. I don't know. But yeah, 10 about for those three essentially. So now let's take a look at these. Well, let's see how the others turned out. What I managed to do with them. I haven't got a power cable for that, but I have no reason to believe it doesn't work. If I find out it doesn't work, I'll let you know, but I'm happy to be adding that because that's a bit of something you don't see every day. Something you don't see every day, so that's nice. Right, let's go. So we got this one. This is the one where the light doesn't show up on the front and it won't connect with the sync button, but it does work absolutely fine other than that. Stick a wire controller with it, it's absolutely fine. I don't have a spare wire controller I can put with it, so I can't really sell it on at this moment in time. So this I'm going to set to the side and I'll sell it at a later date once I've pieced it together. Similar to that PS3 that we've got, which by the way, I haven't put up for sale. I haven't forgot about it. My mate said he'd want it, but I haven't heard of him for a little while. If you don't get that to me soon, I'll stick it on Facebook, but I haven't forgot, it's sitting over there in the bag. Haven't forgot it. Yeah, I was holding on to it, but if you don't get back to me soon, I'll sell that. But yeah, this will be sold at a later date once I pieced it together. So we've got some money to come back from that, which is great. The 120 gig, this is the one where the disc tray also wasn't happy and wouldn't open, just needed a clean. I used some of that that rubbing alcohol, opened it up, gave the rubber band that sits just in there a good clean, managed to clean up a couple of the cogs while I was in there. Works perfect every single time. So I kept that as well, put that on the back of it. I don't have this model, so you probably figured out how much I love the Xbox 360. It's my favorite console. I'm probably going to be keeping this now because it works absolutely perfect and it's in lovely condition. So this is the one we got in the box for a £5. So yeah, I was really happy. This one we fixed. Well, I didn't really fix it. I cleaned it and it's back to life working fine. So fantastic. And then of course, there is this one that there was never any problems with. It's got the controller. It's the only one that came with a controller. Yeah, I think I might keep this as well. I could sell this and get all the money back. We're only down a little bit though. I think we're down by, what, a tenner, something like that? Less than that now. So to just be down that little bit this week and still have this to go, which will claw it all back, and then keeping these two with this and this, it somehow worked out well. I think it worked out well. I hope that guy manages to fix the Xboxes because then I'll be happy because they've got a new lease of life. Yeah, I'm happy. It turned out okay. Took a bit of elbow grease, bit of cleaning, bit of figuring out. But at the 6 consoles, 2 I'm keeping, 1 will earn us some money. The other 3 nearly wiped their face. So yeah, not too bad. I'm happy. I am happy. So thank you very, very, very much for watching. Take care of yourself, guys.